Hello everyone! It's been a while. Specifically, it's been about a year. I'll save the details about my Eat, Pray, Love story for another time. For now, all you need to know is that I moved across the globe from Vancouver, Canada to Jeju Island, South Korea, a year and a half ago. I'm an English teacher, like the vast majority of us foreigners here are, and I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. I've seen some of the most breathtaking scenery I've ever had the opportunity to feast my eyes on. I've met an abundance of incredible, caring, hilarious, and sincere people, many of whom I do intend to stay friends with forever. And I also somehow managed to fall in love for the first time in my 27 years alive. This story is a layered one that even after a full year and a half of being in this country, I've yet to fully unpack. So if you want to see and hear more, consider sticking around for a while. That's my way of suggesting that you subscribe, by the way. While in montage format, I'm living an adventurous life in this exotic country, the truth is, I am incredibly burnt out. I work as a full-time English teacher at a public elementary school. This job is exhausting. It's demanding, time-consuming, and energy draining. It really takes a special kind of person to work with children, and I am not this person. I have worlds of respect for the teachers out there who love their jobs because I can't even imagine what it takes to be one of them. Y'all, I'm tired. I have been for the past year after the adrenaline of being in a new country wore off. And because of this, my art has deeply, deeply suffered. This video is not about creative burnout. It's not about feeling run down because you're constantly churning out art. It's about how working full-time in a completely unrelated field can affect creativity in the worst ways. Before I go on my little rant, let me just start by saying I am so incredibly grateful for the opportunity to be working abroad in this beautiful island. It has opened up my life in ways I never imagined it could. Teaching, although I don't love it, has made me a more confident person. Being something so far outside of my comfort zone, I feel like I could tackle any job in the world now, which is invaluable. But alongside all of the positives comes a great deal of energy expulsion. Teaching is not my calling, but it's also not the kind of job where you can just check out and cruise on by. I am responsible for my students' learning, and you best believe I take that responsibility seriously. Working with kids just adds an extra layer of emotional labor on top of what's already a demanding job. And if I'm being honest, I really feel like the amount of work and responsibility that this role requires is understated. So the burnout I'm experiencing is a combination of many factors. Not feeling connected to my job, for one. Not feeling connected to the country I've called home for the past year and a half. Needing to say goodbye to some amazing people who left at the 1 year mark. And being 16 time zones away from my family. It's all proving to be tougher than I originally expected, especially not having such a strong support system like I did back home. Now, I wouldn't trade my life with anyone else's, don't get me wrong. These decisions are mine and mine alone. I'm healthy overall, I have a roof over my head, and I have a pretty good job in the public sector. The hard pill to swallow is that my work-life burnout has really affected my will to sit down and create. It's kind of funny, isn't it? How when you're in a state like this, you just can't get yourself to do the one thing that will make you feel better. You begin to wonder, when did opening up a sketchbook and taking out your paints feel like such a chore? Maybe they became daunting when getting out of bed or taking a shower started to feel like a chore too. I've come to the realization that I simply can't prioritize art while teaching full-time. Not in this capacity. It just doesn't work this way for me. There are some things in my life that I do make time for, things that help me reduce stress and to bring me back into the moment. As an amateur artist, these qualities just don't apply to art. Creating requires so much thinking, and honestly, a lot of frustration too. I can't just turn my brain off and paint. I really need to focus if I want to create something that I could be even remotely proud of. Being this mentally and emotionally exhausted, I really don't need one more reason to feel even more down on myself than I do already. Art right now, it's risky and scary, and this really breaks my heart. I hope some of you can relate to this video. There are people out there who can just power through all of this inner turmoil, and there are people out there who just can't. Hello, nice to meet you. I stand by my feelings about burnout and its effect on creativity as a hobbyist, because art for us is a choice. And that choice can be really hard to make when there's a lot going on in other areas of our lives. But at the end of the day, I miss this so damn much. I'm such a minuscule creator here on YouTube, but before I came to Korea, I just felt so happy posting videos about art. And while students are off on holiday, I'm beginning to feel a sliver of my old self return. And can I just say, it feels really good to be back. As for the art itself, I selected images from Pinterest to recreate. I chose 3 different images, ones that were simple and would cushion the process of getting back into art. It was really enjoyable to work on 3 small paintings at the same time since I could keep busy while waiting for each one to dry. And I'm happy with how they all turned out. I think the one on the left is my favorite. I think it turned out the best out of the 3. I'll post links to the images down below to give credit where it's due. These paintings were created in my Canson Mixed Media sketchbook, and I used my Mei Liang Pretty Excellent watercolor set. If you have any questions or comments at all, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really want to express to you guys about what living in Korea has been like. I came to this country not knowing a lick of Korean. I knew nothing about the culture here. I've only ever tried Korean fried chicken, aka the true KFC, and tteokbokki, which is a spicy Korean rice cake dish. Now, I'm proud to announce that I can both cook and recognize an array of Korean dishes. I really did come to this country blind, in a sense, and I'd love to talk about this journey more on this channel. But ultimately, I just want to draw. I just want to draw. I just want to create. I have a creative itch that needs to be scratched, and I just want to dive back into it. I'll fill you guys in a bit more next time. So hopefully we see each other soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and as usual, stay creative. Peace.